Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 458. I am your host, Matrixlord 2 and 2, and I'm with Phil. What's up, Phil?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Mike D?
What's happening?
All right, so we just saw the clip of Missy for Dark Water. What'd you think? I'm going to start with Mike D.
I thought I saw the doctor looking rather panicked running out of that building, and obviously the firemen are there, and still leaves us a little bit of a quandary as to who or what exactly Missy is, or
Right.
what her position is, other than pure evil.
Yeah. What do you think, Bill?
Well, definitely Gallifreyan.
The red telephone booth is there.
So we were right about that.
If Bill and Ted step out, I need some ammunition.
So we were right about the red booth possibly being a TARDIS.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I just hope they kill Clara. Please, Missy, kill Clara. Save us all.
I think Bill is in favor of that too, right, Bill?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I've grown quite weary of Clara Who. I'd like to get back to watching Doctor Who.
Exterminate with extreme prejudice.
Isn't it amazing how, we had all envisioned when Peter Capaldi was announced as the Doctor that
Here it comes. I know where you're going with this.
that we all felt, oh my God, he's going to be the greatest Doctor. He's going to have the greatest scripts. It's going to be the best. It's going to be a golden age of Doctor Who. Oh my God, I don't see the end ever coming. I see Peter Capaldi being the Doctor for 10 years.
This is exactly what I expected. He's an amazing doctor with terrible stories being given to him.
Yeah,
And I'm hopeful that next season, or series, whatever you want to call it, that they'll actually do some better writing. I'm not going to hold my breath, but that's what I'm hoping will happen.
Now, what is it? We liked most of the episodes, I think, but then there's just something missing from the episodes that just doesn't have that extra kick to really, all right, we have the episode Listen, which I really love that. That's like one of the favorites, right?
yeah.
But my favorites. I don't know about one of Bill's favorites, but what was your favorite of the season, Bill? Like your favorite episodes?
Flatline.
Okay. But it seems to me that these episodes, like the whole season, is Clara, Danny Pink, Clara, Cold Hill School, Clara's mad at the Doctor, Clara having a problem with Danny Pink, Clara saves the day, Clara's saves the Earth, Clara's, what the hell? It's going on with the Doctor. Like, where is it that he's searching for Gallifrey? Where is it? I mean, we did see that, he was being a jerk the first half of the season, and then he explains why, but that's not really an explanation. I mean, these villains ain't like high caliber villains that you have to act like a jerk and lie that you don't care about the Earth. I mean, these are like stupid villains, So, I mean, to lie that he repeats the line that she threw back at him. He's like, I breathe the same Earth. I breathe the same air. This is my home too. But in Killing the Moon, of course, it was a different story. But, and then we had the sarcasm, the whole season sarcasm, which it grew on me after a while. But this is becoming like the pond life. Like the ponds were the whole show and River and all that, and then they're gone, and then Clara's in the picture, and it's like now everything is Clara. Why can't it be about the Doctor? What happened to us that we lost focus, wanting so much, and then all of a sudden we got something completely different? Now, finally, we've been begging for a two-parter. We got that. We got a story arc. But in my case, I feel there's too many standalone crap. I mean,
well, we're tackling like a lot of things here without really like dissecting each and one
Yeah,
individual.
let's go. What is your take on it? Because I know you've been
Well, I
upset.
mean, going as far back as several minutes ago, I agree with Bill. It's kind of like I'm reminded of Colin Baker, where we had such great expectation for this new Doctor that was going to be amazing, and the writing let him down, or something was just amiss. You had great episodes, Two Doctors, Attack of the Cybermen, stuff like that, but then you had clunkers in there like Time Lash and Twin Dilemma, and there just wasn't it wasn't consistent. There was something that was a real disappointment. I know you and I have been talking several times just off air about our thoughts on things, but I'm going to be real about this, and I'm not going to just be like some bootlicking fanboy and come out like some of these other podcasts for the Who shows, and just say every episode was amazing and Capaldi's this and that. I like Capaldi. I think he's being underutilized, or for some reason, whether it be him or the orders he's been given as to how to play the character or whatever, it's just lacking. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing this show's become like Clara's become like Annie, and the Doctor's kind of become like Daddy Warbucks for her, and just kind of like he's just her chauffeur, like traveling around with her, and he just pops in and out with things, and it's losing its focus on that level, at least. No, I've seen some great episodes. Like you, I like Listen, like Villa, like Flatline. I mean, there's been some great episodes. Yeah. But, and I'm not looking for like a home run on every episode, but it's gone flat. I've gotten where I'm not that excited about a new Doctor Who episode. Like I can wait in TiVo and just watch it later.
Well, let me give an example of going all over the place. Okay. We have Deep Breath, which is dark. Okay, for an opener. Okay,
yeah,
kind of cold a little bit. We have Into the Dalek, which is dark. I feel. Okay, then you go to a lighthearted Robin Hood, story, right? Then you go back to the dark again with Listen, and it's like you're jumping around. Then you got Caretaker, which becomes like Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, and then they keep throwing the kids from the school in there. And it's like, what is this? A Saturday afternoon special or whatever? Like, what are we doing? Why is it like the school a main focus of the season? Like, why do we have kids constantly in the episode? How could you have a danger where everybody's going to die and have children? It's like getting weird. It is all over the place. Are we going to have the darkness episodes? Are we going to have the kid-friendly episodes? Are we going to have a mixture of both? Then you're going to have the romance with Danny Pink. How could he not recognize Alison Pink and Danny Pink? I mean, this is absolutely absurd. The stupid lines that are put in there.
Well, I mean, is this intentional on his part for some reason? Like maybe he does. He's just not giving it any sort of credence. He's got to recognize it. I mean, there's something like purposefully done there on his part where he's claiming he just doesn't recognize him. I think it'll pay off later somehow, but I've read that from other people online, just kind of getting their ideas, picking their brains a little bit, that they're a bit disappointed too. That I think the consensus is Capaldi's great. It's kind of like this is our first real kind of like throwback to the classic series Doctor. We have an older Doctor. It's not just like some sort of like fanboy wank that they throw out there for casting the Doctor. And
I want to step in for a second.
Yeah,
Capaldi is great. I have no problem with Peter Capaldi as a Doctor. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah,
I have a problem with Moffat interfering with every friggin' script there is. I'm having a massive problem. We can just leave the writers to their vision and let them explore the Doctor the way he wants. The only thing he doesn't interfere with is Mark Gatiss' script. But everybody else, he's like into that now, all into the episodes.
I feel like Capaldi's got this. It's like he's being hampered from really just unleashing himself in the role. I feel. I mean, like it's almost like he's being just like he's just being hampered. He's got his training wheels on or something.
I mean, 1 minute he's cold with Clara, then he's with kids, then he's with darkness, then he's like, now he's lighthearted, telling her that he's lying about everything. And it's just, it doesn't make sense why it's jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, why you jump? Can't you have like a straight line and you have a plan for Series 8 beginning and end? Like, why can't we just, it's like hot and cold, hot and cold. Doctor's not a main focus, Clara is. And then now you turn her into a villain. It's like, we have a season that's just all the episodes are intricate, more connected than ever. Instead of having like, where we're like, oh, this episode's on. We shouldn't have a situation where like, oh, that episode's on. I can't wait to the finale. It's like, you know, in the beginning that there's going to be a finale, there's going to be a big thing, and everybody's looking forward to that. How about we look forward to episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5? How about those episodes be so phenomenal that warrants our attention? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yes, we had some good episodes, but then this, you know, Time Heist was just total crap, as far as I'm concerned. The Mummy thing was cool, you know, but it's just, the Forest thing was okay. But then when we're doing a review of the Forest thing, we don't care about the episode. We're talking about freaking the trailer for the finale. Darkwater. It's like, oh yeah, the Doctor and trees, and yeah. What are you going to talk about? Danny Pig and Clara talking? I mean, it's like, there's nothing of substance in the episode.
I do have to say of one other episode, Flatline was the perfect episode for me to decide to happen to have tried shrooms again earlier today. So I had to go back and rewatch and make sure that the floor and the wall really did eat the furniture.
I didn't really watch anybody's shows, but did anybody do a podcast on In the Forest of the Night for like an hour or two? Because I don't know how that could be possible. Is that the case? Did anybody talk about that for an hour or two? Bill? Like, anyway, not mentioning any names, but did anybody do a podcast on that for a while?
I've been working up here in Orlando for the last week.
Okay. I couldn't even talk about it that long in the Forest of the Night.
Wait, are you telling me we didn't even have a puppet podcast about that? I'm just asking. I
don't know. I'm just saying that, you know, now we have the finale. So now it's like everybody's excited. This is great.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do next year? Are you going to make the episodes more connected? Are you going to, does Moffat sit in a room with the writers and he tells them what to write? Or does he let them do their own thing? I know Mark Gatiss does his own thing. Okay. I want to bring the Ice Warriors back. I want to do Robin Hood. I want to do this. Neil Gaiman, I think he's going to do either Looping Angel story or New Villain, right? And it's going to be on Earth, right? Does he tell everybody else what to write? That's what I'm wondering, because it's like, oh, you're gonna do that story, you're gonna do that story, and you're gonna do that story. Or does he just let them? I don't think he lets them do their own thing. What do you think?
Oh, Bryan's here. Let's see what he thinks.
Bryan, do you think that Moffat chooses the stories for the writers, or do you think they choose their own story?
I don't know. I guess.
You don't think he tells this guy, hey, you're going to do Into the Dalek. Hey, you're going to do, a Mummy episode. You're going to do the one from Big Bang, Orient Express. You're going to do this one. You don't think he just chooses it for them? That they come up with their own original stuff, you think? I mean, In the Forest of the Night is different. I got to say that. That is different, and Flatline is different. And those are great. You know, I like Flatlines like really a lot.
I guess.
I don't know. I think that next season needs to be more close knit together and more strong characters. You know, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. There's a millisecond delay on my end. I was just thinking, like, the big thing that I saw your podcast from the other day. The big thing on my mind is, and this in no way comes from like a place of misogyny of any sort, but they cannot make the Doctor a woman. I mean, come on. I know you guys were talking about that on the podcast the other day. If we can jump topic, I'm done. I'm done with the show at that point, because that's such a gimmick. It's such a you're completely throwing a middle finger up to the brand at that point in the product.
I would not. I would be really close to the end of watching Doctor Who if that was the case. I don't know if I would continue if it became a woman. I may just drop off.
Like I said, no, Clara, you are not a good doctor.
Yeah, that was a test. You know that was a test.
Even with some of Ville's mushrooms, I wouldn't watch that. The doctor being a woman. I need something stronger than that to be able to stomach that. No, I mean, come on. But I mean, I've talked to people. That's a real problem, though, because I've talked to people.
You watch things that would give you a good trip.
Yeah, exactly. I've talked to people, and it's surprising to me how people who haven't really been long-term fans of the show, and I'm not trying to sound elitist by using that term, but I've heard people like think that that's a positive thing to go, hey, let's cast a female doctor because the time's come, it'll be positive to shake the show up. And I'm like, no, you don't completely screw over your brand, what you're known for, you know? Like Doctor Who's got it would be like let's just do away with the TARDIS altogether, you know, completely throw it out. You got to have some mainstays, and I will sit here and argue anyone down to the floor that you can't have a female doctor, at least for like long term. I mean, if they did like a gimmick where it was like a joke for like an episode or two.
I thought they were going to do that with David Tennant, and then they decided not to do it with Rusty Davis.
I don't know, but if Moffat does that, I mean, and I'm not like sitting here like trying to sound like, wah, you know, I'm never going to watch the show again. But I mean, I really would be done with the show at that point because I mean, you know, like I'm a long-term Bond fan, and if they are like, well, we're going to make a woman James Bond, it's that's not the character. That's not who the character is. You got to have certain our familiarity as a viewer and what we've invested in that character through the years has to maintain to a certain.
It's like we know Thor as a god, not as a.
Yeah.
It's not Thor. You know, we know that's
it's not Thor. It's Thor. Yeah.
We know that's going to be temporary, but unfortunately, they're going to work against the movies. Unfortunately, but they can't change the dynamic of the show. They can't make him a female. He's not a female. You know,
like a year ago, I wasn't really thinking too seriously about that because I know they've been talking about that. You know, insofar back as like when Colin Baker, but
I felt Moffat would do it before he left. That's what I felt.
Yeah, well, you know, hey Moffat, you know,
I know.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I love Peter Capaldi. I want him to stay. Okay, but now I'm getting this feeling that he's leaving in Series 9 because Neil Gaiman's like, well, I better get the script in there for Series 9 because I may miss the opportunity to write for Peter Capaldi. Well,
yeah,
he's been every year, but he hasn't been this year for Series 8.
Unless Stephen Moffat throws him under the bus to cover his own pathetic writing, I think that Capaldi will be around at least as long as Tom Baker.
No way. I want him to be, but it's not going to happen. No way. You have to look at it this way, though, right? I know he's a fan and everything, right? But Matt Smith made more money, filming that movie for 6 weeks, Womb or whatever it was, or Clone or whatever. He made more money with that movie than it made in 3 years of Doctor Who, right? Peter Capaldi is going to be sacrificing 10 months of his life for like years without any movie roles, without he's going to be limited to one movie a year rather than what he's used to. Okay, so he's getting older too. I mean, you can't. He took a massive pay cut, obviously, for Doctor Who. But he's not going to go on for 10 years, 7 years, whatever, making crap money and sacrificing all that income. You know, it's not going to, I want him to stay, but he's not going to stay that long. Not that long. 10 years, 7 years now. Bryan, what's up?
Hi.
We lost you. Do you think...
I'd like to know what Bryan thinks of the series so far. I mean, do you have any disappointments, or are you completely satisfied with things?
I love it, yeah.
Good.
All right.
I think it's like one of the best.
Cool.
Capaldi's just absolutely amazing as the Doctor. I think he's like one of the best so far.
Capaldi's great. It's just too bad the writing's been letting him down. You know, we could be really getting some great stuff, and instead we're just kind of getting some mediocre stuff, I believe.
I think he's Tom Baker standards.
He will
Well,
be. I mean,
Colin Baker could have been Tom Baker standards if he had the writing to support him too.
the writing is a big key factor. The script's got to be good enough. Darkwood, I mean, it looks great, and then Death in Heaven looks great, but then we get a Christmas special, which they tend to drop off.
Speaking for myself,
going to have an amazing run on Big Finish.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, speaking for myself, this series really has been kind of wonky, where it's been hit or miss, really since David Tennant left. And I'm not like a David Tennant fanboy by any means. I just, I like him, I like Eccleston, but it seems like ever since we've had Matt Smith, it's been kind of just hit or miss, really wonky. Because I know with Tennant's episodes, it's like I really was interested in seeing the next one and seeing the next one and seeing where it was going. It seemed like it was very focused. And it just seemed like ever since Moffat's come on, maybe it's Moffat, to me.
I think it's Moffat because I think Moffat says this year we're going to do this. Next year he's going to die and he's going to try to figure out how to save himself the whole season. All right, the next season after that he's going to try to find out for half a season who Clara is. It's like he does different things for the whole entire season every year. He tries something different.
It's like he's a rapid cycling schizophrenic.
I'm hoping he just makes the more episodes more connected, but lets the writers do what they want to do. Let Neil Gaiman do what he wants to do with the Weeping Angels and don't interfere in the script. If he's going to use the Weeping Angels, let Mark Gatiss redesign the Ice Warriors the way he wants to.
No more Weeping Angels.
They'll be back next year. Well, maybe the finale. But
I would love to see Sabbalon Glitz show up and blow Clara away.
Oh, that would be great.
Or somebody throws an exercise bike at him. Now, somebody else revealed on Facebook that movie plot, I think, leaked that Missy is the Ronnie.
You should have King Arcanos with him.
Yeah.
Now, who's the Ronnie?
Somebody leaked it on movie plot, that movie pilot, whatever, that the Ronnie is, Missy is the Ronnie, but I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Oh, no. Think about this. She's in Big Finish right now. They just brought in a new Ronnie.
Right.
That new Ronnie could possibly, but don't hold your breath, appear in Doctor Who like 3 to 6 years down the line from now.
Right.
You're not going to use the same character at the same time.
Bryan, you're in and out. What's up, bro? Who do you think Missy is?
Well, there was an article today that's saying she is the Ronnie.
There is an article, right? Well, I gotta look at that article and see.
Well,
I don't know if
What if the article said
Share it.
Velvet?
I don't know if it's true or not, but
Share it with us.
don't Pip and Jane Baker still have retain the rights to that character? I mean, would they've worked that out for them to utilize the Ronnie?
But it is written right here in the Book of Stupidity, and therefore it must be true. So if it is written in an article, you must believe that it is the Ronnie.
So saith the shepherd, so saith the flock, brother.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. It was on Facebook.
It'll be a race against time. Let's see what this article says.
I found it on Facebook.
Okay.
But
Read what it says.
no, I mean it came up on my Facebook.
Right back in Christ.
Okay, hold on a second. Where's this article?
Maybe Missy will show up as a longtime friend of the Doctor's, and they'll sit down and have a cup of tea and discuss the finer points of what it means to be a friend to somebody. They'll hash it out because they're old buddies.
I'm trying to find this article. That sucks.
Deeply engrossed in the article finding.
I know we are. Okay, here we go.
I mean, you really think there's some validity to that with her being missing?
I don't know. This is coming from Movie Pilot.
Okay.
It says here, as the much heralded 8th series of Doctor Who comes to a dramatic conclusion in
Pardon my Russian, but niet.
and old foe is back to help the series go out with an almighty bang. Michelle Gomez has joined the long-running sci-fi series as Ronnie. Not even the Ronnie, just Ronnie. Ronnie originally played by Kate O'Mara, is a renegade Time Lord, an evil scientific genius whose villainy really comes into itself in the 2-part finale, Dark Water and Death in Heaven. So they're saying that that's the case. And the picture that I have just shows them in, like, with the water and the sky, a different pose.
But is that the same actress that is playing Missy? Is this
Yes.
Michelle? Okay. Okay.
And that's credited to Dr. Freedom had shared the link from Movie Pilot. So thanks, Dr. Freedom, for sharing the link, but we don't know for sure, though. Yeah.
Is that the dude that wears that Doctor Doom fucking mask?
Right here.
He wears a mask, yes.
Okay. Pardon my language, sorry.
Yes, that's not.
Yeah.
No, he's got some good stuff. But anyway, yeah, Missy, I don't know about her being around. I don't know. Where'd Bryan go? Bryan left again, huh?
Bryan, Bryan's kind of like in and out and gone.
Internet, probably. So what did you think? Every episode, right? What
Yeah.
episodes did you have a problem with?
Caretaker comes to mind. I think you and I are on the same page with that. I think it's gone up in your estimation a little bit, but we got a 10-minute countdown left.
Okay, that's fine.
As far as the episodes, like, really, it's easier to mark the ones that stand out to me, which we mentioned, Listen and Flatline.
Right.
And, I mean, like, even though the episodes that have been mediocre have been, at least, like, watchable, but it's just not, it doesn't have, like, a snap to it like I remember the show having. It just seems like it's getting watered down a bit.
Like, I didn't enjoy Deep Breath as much as I think you did. At all. And Into the Dalek,
as much
actually,
as I did?
I don't think you liked it a lot, didn't you? Deep Breath?
Well, I thought it was, I like the dark factor of it. See, I wish we would have maintained that instead of it becoming Clara Who. If it would have retained, see, I like the dark character of the Doctor. I think that would have been great.
Yeah, but I didn't like Deep Breath as a choice for the regeneration thing, and I felt
at this point, I would be, like, fantastically happy if like the Doctor would have, like, just choked the shit out of Claire and killed her in that episode.
God.
Yeah.
Say hello to Perry.
Oh no. Let's not scare off our viewers. No, but
we wouldn't want you to go back to your cribs, folks.
Deep Breath I didn't enjoy it as much. And going back with the Dalek thing, I did like Into the Dalek, but I didn't like it. My rating kind of dropped a little bit with it as I seen it 7 times. But yeah, I know I am crazy. But Robin
Hey,
Hood,
I don't know if I'd throw that out there. The
I'm
trolls
not crazy.
they might sequence that little sentence out and use it for
Yeah. No, I watched Doctor Who a lot.
a lot. Okay.
Yeah, a lot. But some of these episodes, I mean, I like the mummy thing, but that's like it's not. Something's missing from the season.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, we all seem to feel it. I mean, it would be nice if we would be able to ask some other people that we know, but it's like they probably are like, "Hey, it's the best ever."
It's like the pizza without the cheese.
Oh, here we go with the pizza.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I got enough bashes about pizza.
Well,
Yeah, well.
Hey, pizza's awesome. You can't screw with pizza.
I can't find an article.
That's okay.
I tried to find it, but
That's okay.
I think they just took it off.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like, took it down completely to keep it secret.
Okay, so she's the Ranny, according to this.
I don't think she's wrong, but other than that, we got the 2 episodes, and then we got the Christmas special. So, you know.
And it's Matt Smith's birthday today.
Yes, happy birthday, Matt Smith. Yes.
Happy birthday to atheist Matt Smith, a confirmed atheist. Good for him.
32 years old.
You go, Matt Smith. Very nice.
Super smart critical thinker, Matt Smith. Accolades to you, my friend.
You realize that you just sent all of the religionists to his door.
Talk
That's
about
okay.
controversial.
Just forgive him.
Well, we are supposed to forgive, you know.
We should have.
No, we are supposed to forgive. You know, that's the whole point.
Forgiving people is overrated.
Not forget, forgive. We're supposed to forgive.
Yeah, well, you know, that I guess some people think that.
Nonsense.
I found the article.
If somebody,
Brian's found the article.
If somebody were to lay a finger on any member of my family, there is no forgiveness and there is no mercy. And anyone that would call those things virtues is pathetic.